Wow. This is going to be like the go-to when young women are broke. Women, period. Struggling students turn to OnlyFans to pay for fees after losing jobs in lockdown. The English Collective of Prostitutes say it's seen calls from young people at University soar this year, and other students have revealed they have been making thousands on OnlyFans. Wow. Whew. Students have been left struggling to make ends meet after bar and shops dried up. Struggling second on after lockdown ruined their finances. Wow, that is insane. This is just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's just not just in America, it's all over the world. They are turning in droves to the prostitutes union for help, as traditional bar and shop jobs have dried up while tuition fees have risen. Wow. Calls to the English Collective Prostitutes from young people at university and college have soared by this year. Many sell X-rated photos of themselves on subscription-based platform OnlyFans and other sites to make ends meet, the Mirror reports. As many as 8 students a day are calling for support and advice, while some universities are publishing guides on how to safely sell your body. Is this what? This is crazy, man. There is no safe way to sell your body, all right? You're still going to be objectified. And the sad thing is, some of these women are feminists, okay? Some of these women are... And you're going to say, respect my body, but you're not respecting yourselves doing this. Laura Watson, a spokeswoman for the group, said, "We have seen a significant increase in students going into the prostitution as tuition fees have increased. Some women in our group are working to pay off debts of $30,000 plus. Since the pandemic, a lot of women have been getting in touch, starting sex work. Jobs in shops and pubs that students would traditionally have taken have not been available, especially during the pandemic." There just aren't a lot of options out there, and women have to find ways to survive. The group campaigns for the decriminalization of sex workers and improving rights and safety. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think this pandemic is really a scam. And, this is look what's happening. Look what is happening. And I guarantee it will hit America too, that women in college and far away, going away for college, and they want that degree and they want to have a prestigious job, they will turn to OnlyFans, and this is going to strengthen the desire and the excuse to have decrim New York in New York and to legalize sex work. I see the plan here. Okay, this is a global agenda, okay, to bring about the fall of society and morals. And the only way to do that is you have to push people into desperation, where they'll be so tired of these harsh conditions that the government is putting on them, okay, through the agenda to bring about the new world order. It's going into that. It's going into that lane. Conspiracy time. Yeah, conspiracy facts time. Actually. Okay. Chemistry graduate Sophie McBurney, 22, originally from Rochdale, turned to OnlyFans in desperation as a third-year student. Despite having a part-time supermarket job, the Lancaster University student loan still left her short on her $5,000 a year rent. She now makes $7,276 a month and estimates she has made $43,659 from the platform in just 10 months. The problem with that is that someone will eventually find out what you look like, and when you try to get a nice prestigious job, OnlyFans could prevent you from doing that. Because there was a woman in Indiana, she had a mechanic job, and she was on her road to be promoted and go to soar within her field. But her coworkers found out about OnlyFans, and she works in a male-dominated field, and the boss found out, and the boss had to let her go because of the company image. All right. OnlyFans, there's a price to go into this type of field. Sex work doesn't leave you unscathed and doesn't come without consequences. History student Indy 20 of West Yorkshire said turning to OnlyFans to fund her education was a no-brainer, and she now makes $400 a month. And graduate Aaliyah 24 of South Yorkshire quit her job in graphic design to go full-time on OnlyFans. You quit your graphic design job to do OnlyFans. Kevin Samuels was right. This OnlyFans, is ruining women. She said, I don't see a problem with it. I think it shows entrepreneurship. Are we serious now? Look, OnlyFans, like YouTube, content creation is not a real job. The economy could get tanked, and new restrictions could come out that you won't be able to do. You may not be able to do OnlyFans. If a woman gets pregnant, it is very hard to lose that baby weight, those love handles, and that gut. I'm just being brutally honest here. And then bye-bye OnlyFans, because you have to be kicking out content every day. All right? That's what you have to do. It's like YouTube. You have to do that. You can't take a month off to lose weight. All right? And you have a baby. Who's going to watch the kid? Let's say you break up or the marriage don't work out because you're still doing OnlyFans. Let's just say that. That's what I'm saying. A student poll last year claimed 4% were selling sex to fund their courses, while 1 in 10 said they would do it in a cash emergency. Universities have published guidance related to student sex workers have been accused of legitimizing and encouraging the trade. Brighton University was blasted for allowing sex workers' health and support service to run a stall at a freshers fair for freshmen. And the University of Lancashire issued a guide called Student Sex Work Toolkit for the staff in higher education. As Universities UK spokesperson said, universities recognize the financial hardship many students have experienced, particularly during the pandemic, and providing increased financial and other support, as well as speaking with the government about further support. Why don't you just give them student aid jobs within the college university so they don't have to turn to prostitution? What's wrong with that? Why not do that? Universities encourage legal and safe behaviors and support students to make the right choices. Yeah, why don't you tell them to get off OnlyFans and give them student aid jobs and pay for student aid jobs while they go to school so they can pay off their college debt while being in school? The focus based on universities' duty of care to their students is on keeping students safe, educating them about the risk, and maintaining open lines of communication and support. Excuse me. Okay, give them jobs as student aides and raise the pay. All right. I just don't this is just nonsense. Okay, this is just pure nonsense. Okay, it's comical, it's funny. It's just but at the same time, these women putting themselves in danger. Okay, this can't be taken seriously. It can't. How are you trying to say you're looking out for these students' best interests at heart when you are, putting them in harm's way. Let me see. Oh, hold on 1 second. What's up, Chaos Reigns?
Hey, what's good? We're good, Mr. Pill. How you doing?
None much.
Hey,
I'm all right.
You find these articles on the internet, or you subscribe to certain articles? Because I never heard of this.
I found it on the internet.
Okay, was it like on the like I'm not sure when you open your browser, is like one of the first things that popped up in like the top screen? Like Yahoo or
Yeah, like how you sign up to have alerts, and that's what I did.
Okay.
And yeah,
huh? This is something that just popped up today. This is written today, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I see. All right. Well, my thing is this. Let's be honest. The national debt, especially student loan debt, when I did and I covered this 2 years ago, if I could be right, or 2-3 years ago, I remember it was like 1.4 or 1.3 trillion, but that was like a few years ago. Now I should be surprised that it's now oversee the threshold to approaching 2 trillion in student debt alone in this country. And let's be honest, this country made it intentionally because they removed for you to forgive it on your to default it on your student loans in regards to bankruptcy. They removed that over a decade ago. And the purpose why they did is because they know they can make more money and penalize anybody that's not even making an attempt paying off their debt, which is going to be hard to pay off 30 or 50 or greater K student loan debt with interest. Because most jobs that most people are applying for is not like super high paying jobs. These jobs not paying you over 100 or 110K a year jobs.
Right.
On average. So you get in debt for 30 or greater for a bachelor's, a master's, and how we can say PhD, depending on what field you're going to. You're racking up on the debt. And there's no way they know by default you're not going to pay it off. They know this rate. They already seek this out 20, 30 years ago. So what they do now is say, since we could make it like any other racketeer like prison, we're just going to, make these people get the debt, pay off if they can. And they know by sheer numbers of the analytics and through the data, so the average person, the more debt they put in, the more it's far from being paid off with interest. If they're making a certain amount a year, a job. Because now you have to deal with food, clothing, shelter, employment, credit cards. Hell, even go as far as they're trying to get a house. You can't get all that when you're in an amount of debt. So yeah.
No, it's hard. But you can get a place to live. It's just that the fact of the matter is just, with this type of the way the things is going, it's like this pandemic is like a way, it's designed to push people to make bad choices.
That's the way I look at it. Already. They are doing it already, Red Pen. The only problem is with this pandemic now, which is not going to stop in like another year or so, possibly, that it only does, it just increase the national debt of America and make more people desperate doing some things that they normally will not never do. My Fans Only was already a popping platform that I covered today on my channel, especially when I said personally that say Subway is hiring. And they all know what I mean by that. That you ladies are getting your heads all full because you could turn on a camera, turn on a phone, open your pussy and, play with it. And hope these dudes are going to just lavish you with all little subscriptions. Monthly fee.
Yeah, because they're not understanding there's a shelf life with the things you can do. There's a shelf, the shelf life for females is a lot shorter than a shelf life for men. When you're pertaining to being a model, that type of stuff, you have your looks are the depreciating asset for a female. And they're not understanding that because I did a show on that with about the Kevin Samuels.
Yeah,
and the thing is
like a little bit on my channel today too, a little bit. But I have my point about. But go on, listen.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is they're not hearing that, and the way they talk, you already know they're not very smart. And like I said before, when this economy crashes, and the pimps are going to be coming back, and the madams are going to be coming back, and they're going to rule over the women who can't understand what Kevin Samuels is saying about how you have to invest, that this is not a long-term thing. You don't, women who are strippers who are smart, they don't invest long-term in being strippers. They take the money and try to be lawyers, doctors. They take that money, go to medical school, law school, and they never go back to that way of life again.
Hell, anybody remember the movie Players Club that came out 23, maybe 24 years ago?
Yeah, that's what I.
It's a full testament of that when you look at and people have not learned about that movie, and that movie was very popular. That really made Lisa Ray a household name, that movie. But there was a lot of subliminal message in that movie. At the end of the day, people got to understand this, especially women, that men have been telling you this now in a lot of the spaces, especially manosphere, black manosphere, etc., that you only have a short shelf life. Not meant saying you're going to be worthless after you reach this age, but it tells you that you should not be wasting time either. Take the opportunity now, get off the market as soon as possible before you hit 30. You know, we tell this for black women. Other race women, they already got this. They understand this. That's why you see them now entertain my fans only, but they know what it is. Once they get a little older, they know what life is for them down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to our women, they're very hard-headed and stay hard-headed until the end of time. You get me? So when I saw Kevin lay out the smackdown to those women, and his women feel said, "You can't tell me what to do with my money." Listen, men build this fucking world. You know what I'm saying? You nest in it, you comfort in. Don't you forget that.
It's
anytime
true, but they don't. If you say that, you're a sexist, you're a misogynic pig, you're a deadbeat. But the thing is like gynocentrism and feminism has made it so badly for women that they're easily lied to, and when you tell them the truth, they have a knee-jerk reaction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to call you gay, you're effeminate, all this crap.
Mm-hmm. And they entertain gay people. Surprisingly, call somebody gay, but you have gay friends. That's another story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I said, that whole podcast, I kind of like what the guys are doing. Those women are making money, which that's the whole intention. But like I said, the long game of things, should not be taking them seriously, to be honest with you, because let's be honest, once you're young and stupid like those women that they have on their podcast, yeah, you can give them game all day, every day. But at the end of the day, you know, they're here for self-gratification. They want it now. Fuck every fans. I just want to feel the celebrity experience. To know that I can
But they're not really celebrities. They're just they're the same level as porn stars. They don't understand. That's a D-list.
But
what
they,
is it?
D-list, they don't care about that. Women are short thinkers on Red Pill, man. They're short-sighted. As long as they get
I'd say some of them are. I mean, some of them are short. You got the ones that are long term, but these women on the Kevin Samuels, that collaboration, they were extremely short sighted. I mean, you hear them talk, it's like I couldn't just to hear them talk. I was cringing because you can know they're not that smart at all.
Oh no, that's why my fans only is the best thing coming to a lot of stupid women, young women especially. If you're in school and you're trying to get by, okay, I prefer you do something different, but that's another story. But at the end of the day, you should not feel comfortable put yourself out there throughout the digital space called internet. And like what the guys said on that same podcast, some said, tell one lady on yesterday's show that you might have to change the name, change zip codes and stuff. Someone will do it. And I say that might work, but let's be honest. Wherever you was in the past,
change the zip code because the internet lasts forever. A lot of women
that's what I'm saying. And that's you can't scrub it. And let's be honest, for women to go that route to scrub it, you need to put down a lot of fucking money. And last time I checked, most women, because they're not good with their money, they're not doing that. Hell, they're not even saving or investing, period. Now, you said some of them do. I disagree, because let's think about it. When you ask them, what is your 5-year plan, since you're in your early 20s with this sex thing, this porn or this soft porn doing on OnlyFans line, they can't give you a definite answer. Some of them said this could be a career, this could be a business that I can create off my own.
Entrepreneurship. I was like, what?
I'm saying, listen, strippers, whores have a shelf life. Even when I read certain books like Kicked Out of Heaven, which I advise everybody get, Volume 1, it goes in detail about the history of Eurocentric brothels. They said in their own literature that most of them that in the brothel are in the late teenage, early teenage to roughly 30 years old. Once they touch 30 years old, they have to get out and go find a husband and get married. This is not something that is a career thing. Because women don't understand you have a shelf like that. There's going to be always another hot young thing that's coming out the lot, 18 and fresh.
Pretty much.
But you can't tell, because a lot of women say, well, I could pay for surgery. Bitch, you missed
could end up like you could end up like Hazel E and now have to have both your breasts taken away.
Or worse, you could end up look like Lil' Kim.
Jeez. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Get my point?
Yep.
So, at the end of the day, you could do that. But there's a cost in yourself that you're going to damage your health and your body permanently going around. Just for a little change. And one thing that women did not learn, your money does not go up every year as a young 20-some-year-old woman. It actually starts to devalue as time progresses. I've seen enough women on IG that does this for a short-term limit. They think that this money is secure, like this is constant revolving money that they could depend on every year around. That's why I asked one that is in that My Fans Only Sex thing. I asked her how old she is. She didn't want to reveal her age. And you know why? Because a lot of women feel that if they reveal the age and find that this is the money you're making up, I could definitely conclude, say, you know, it doesn't matter if you tell me the truth or not. The market is going to decide at the end of the day. You might have a big ass, it might have some big titties or whatever, but that comes and goes.
Pretty much, because as soon as you're age, I mean, there's an age limit. And the thing is like you will, I mean, those women are going to have to make a choice because they can't do it forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because those houses and stuff, you can't, like I said, I was saying before, you get pregnant, that it's hard to come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
And very few women have the resources like Jennifer Lopez or Beyonce to maintain that type of body.
Mm-hmm.
Or even Nicole Murphy. Nicole Murphy's in her 50s.
Mm-hmm. And even she, I'm not sure if she has My Fans Only, but like I said, they know their worth and they know their value as they get older. Some women are fine with it, other women are not. They think that what men are saying is not a true lie because they feel they're getting some attention is good enough. I'm saying your value is much more worth than that. Getting attention and try to retain it as old as you get is not a blessing. It can be a curse because now, if no one's taking off the market and saying that it's yours and somewhat taking care of you as you get older, you're going to definitely die alone.
Can't tell them that either.
Oh, well, like I said, 1 in 4 of our women will lucky to get married in lifetime. And I think it's going to be 1 in 5 by the end of this decade. But the point is this. Way how America is going now, and that's America, but we're going to look at the world because the world is a reflection like America because everything happens around here is solely affects the world 10 times over. You see the influence being spread out because at the end game, what they're trying to do, and I saw the last video you just did earlier about the what they call it, you get a criminal act if you I guess lying.
If you deceive a woman,
yeah,
or a man is deceived by a woman about like what their true intentions are, lying about their income, finances, who they are, they could be sent to jail.
The consequence of this is this, that what they're trying to do is they create an atmosphere to not only limit masculinity, but to force the two sexes to move and operate at a more homosexualist nature. And they don't have to really push on it. They're going to make the laws so uncomfortable that you have to make a decision as a man. You get me?
Well,
and
I mean,
and I'm not saying most men are going to do that route, but what they're doing is they don't have to force it on it. They're going to make the environment very difficult for you. You get me?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. They're going to make it hard for you. Like, you can't have casual sex anymore. You're going to have to make a decision to be celibate, or you're going to have to get into a serious relationship leading to marriage. That's what's going to have to be. Yeah. Because I looked at that and I'm like, yo, people just, because even like, remember that situation with Drake before the porn star he got pregnant?
Yeah.
There was a woman, like, he just wanted to have a smash and dash, and then the woman got in her feelings and tried to accuse him of rape, and he had to spend all that money on lawyers. It's like that. Once you get to a certain point, you know, even as men, you get,
And
you know,
with
you get
Drake,
to that certain point.
Yeah.
Right. When you get to that certain point, you can't actually have casual sex anymore.
Yeah.
It's not is basically you are a target now, and the same thing now is making that target, that bullseye, even bigger with men. It seems like it's just more like Me Too on steroids. They're trying to find ways to harass and put people in jail for no reason. That's how I see it. I see it as just a way for like, sorry, for like feminism to try to oppress men. That's what I'm seeing it as. I really do see it that way. It seems like a way of feminism to find a way to make more hatred towards men. That's all I'm seeing from it. Really.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
Because look at it. Oh, you lied to me. Now I'm gonna put a false rape charge. But notice it would, like a person said in the comments, you know, it's not gonna be equal, right? It's gonna be the woman's gonna get away with it.
Oh yeah.
And that is true. That is true. It will probably end up that way. What is kind of interesting though, like, I don't know if you heard me talk about Decrim New York. They are trying to legalize sex work in New York City.
Well, the problem with that route, going that route, is it's going to hurt the average woman. Because now a dude doesn't have to deal with anything, because he's already in a direction where he look at most women today as just, you know, I just want to get into your drawers, and depending on how good the sex is, I might call you back and take it a step further, and I might. Now, what if you look at sex work, like, you know, prostitution, brothels, etc. That eliminates all that. So that means you as a woman that's looking for a mate or a casual mate, way how the laws are now, most dudes will say, well, what the hell is this? I can make my money, stack my money up, have my fun. If I want a kid, I can go a different route than dealing with certain women here in the West, if I'm thinking like that. Not saying I managed to do that, but that's another situation. And saying, you know, you women caused this. So now your daughters are going to suffer. Because now you want to settle down and you want to have a mate. The men that is doing what they should be doing or not doing what they should be doing, you're not going to get a man. Hell, you're not going to even get a man to entertain just to fuck you. How's that? So now
I mean, there are going to be simps. There are going to be simps.
That's expected, but I'm telling you right now, we concern ourselves with the simps, but the simps have a shelf life in itself. And the laws are really tighten them as is. These simps are going to know and learn the hard way. And trust me, they don't have to come to YouTube to find that out. They're going to learn from themselves. You get me?
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. So, like I said, if New York's trying to do that, and matter of fact, I'm not sure if I told you this. Did I do a stream on this? I might have. Kamala Harris, one time back in 2019, was looking into and was all for legalizing sex, like prostitution stuff. She mentioned this, talked about this back in 2019. He's the president now. So imagine when she is going to get the baton this term. I wouldn't be surprised she started.
I think she did talk. I remember her talking about that. I think that's with the Decrim New York.
Yeah. This was a discussion being had back in 2019 while she was running for president at that time. So I look at it as this, that to be fair, honest, that's the route that they're going to really, certain lawmakers and stuff are going to combat it by making this a reality. The only disadvantage that a lot of women that's going to turn to prostitute are in the sex field, you're going to be taxed now. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is, it's not going to be like under the rug like it used to be. Once they make it legal, you're going to be taxed and report your shit to Uncle Sam. And you're not going to make much money like you used to did while it was illegal. Just like any commodity. Weed was illegal. People that did it on the low made the most profit. Now that they make it legal, you're going to be taxed. And you're not going to make much money at all.
This is what they wanted, though. People are only seeing the fantasy and the reality of being able to do what they want without being judged for it. You know?
Yeah.
But they're not understanding the fact of the matter is the consequence. They're not seeing the full picture. If it's legal, then the government wants money. Like people even want the legalization of cocaine, but you're not understanding the fact that you're going to get taxed, and also there's going to be a lot of drug addicts because we live in stressful times, and a lot of people are going to turn to drugs. Dangerous people out here, more.
Oh yeah.
As Spicoli says from on my Podbean, because I'm on another audio. I'm on an audio podcast. He says, "Is that the way it is out in the clubs and bars? I'm glad I'm past those years." Well, that's good. I mean, but it's still going to be. I mean, it's going to be rough out here. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I expect to get worse as time progresses, for the better, you know. But like I said, it's going to get better. For a certain set of people, it's gonna hurt more women than anything else because let's be honest, yeah, you're getting reeled by these laws. By the end of the day, you're gonna lose. You get me? And that's the real intention.
They don't see that.
Yeah.
Because they think that it's empowerment. I mean, not all women think this way, but a lot of them are liberal, and a lot of them think that sexual.
Wait, my internet went down? Mary? Oh shit. Can you hear me? Oh damn. My internet's still working. Oh. It'll come back. Guys, internet went down. Let me see what's going on in the chat room. Okay.
Chaos? Okay, we're back. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back. Okay, yeah. I don't know what happened with the Wi-Fi. But yeah, man, that's just the way it's gonna be. But let me end this broadcast and I'll go on to our next one. All right. So thanks for you to coming on, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay. If you got Podbean, we could do a live one there too.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay. All right. Later.